2022. 20 more freaking 2022. I actually don't know if I'm allowed to swear on here, but I'm going to assume I am until otherwise noticed. What a year. What a past 300 or so days. I don't know how long months are or how many days are really in a year. 2022. 2022 years since Jesus Christ built the universe. And here we are. Are we lost? Are we found? Where are we in time? How do we feel about the past 300 or so approximate days that has happened to us? We don't have any agency. We don't have any free will. This year is happening to us. And where are we? There are ups, there are downs, there are lefts, a lot, maybe too many rights. And we need experts to come together to let us know how we feel about the woman, the lady, the madame that is 2022. Who is she? How do we feel about her? And how does she rate on a scale from 1 to 10? These are the questions that we will answer today on Year in Review, where I have assembled a panel of cultural experts to tell us the genre-defining moments of this year and let us guide us through what we've experienced and what we can maybe look forward to in a year that isn't 2022. So before we get into anything, how do you appraise the value of a year? How do we collect the iconicism of what happens in a given span of time? We all know that the only objective way to rate, rank, review a span of time is with three categories: movies, music, and moments. Movies, music, moments. These are the only thing that matter. These are the only thing that matter. Politics, no. The rest, gone. Music, movies, and moments. These are the three categories with which you can define anything. You can rate anything. Anything that's worth experiencing will have those three components. And was 2022 worth experiencing? Let us find out tonight here on Year in Review. I have a couple amazing guests with me tonight. First, I would like to bring up a co-author of the Nostalgic podcast. I can only see so much in the back rooms of this StreamYard, so I'm going to assume that they're here. But please give a warm round of applause to Ben Sosa Wright, who is joining me here today. Year in Review. Hello, Ben Sosa.
Oh my God, co-author.
Yes, of the Nostalgic Pod, a cultural expert. How was your 2022 and how did it hurt you?
Oh my God. I mean, it hurt me. It healed me. It's almost like the work is being undone. Like the harm is being undone because the healing is happening.
Yes.
In concert with the harm. So it's maybe no growth was experienced. No growth.
Group therapy. This is a recovery class.
This is recovery class. Yes. Alcoholics Anonymous is also known as recovery class.
Yes, exactly.
Recovery class.
And
this is no, you say.
Oh, I was just gonna say class is in session.
I was gonna say something similar.
Oh.
I was gonna say the teacher is in.
And this is academia.
This is academia. We would run a great university.
I think so. I think so. Well, this is an example of one of the lectures that we will give.
Yes.
On 2022. I'm going to bring in the other co-panelists I have for today, a phenom currently on the Second City Touring Company stage. You can see them Thursday through Sunday in the hit show Jingle Bell Ruckus. Please give a warm round of applause to Coko Galore.
Coco!
Hello, Coco. How was your 2022? How do you feel about her? Was she good to you?
Oh my God. 2022 was surprisingly very good to me. 2022 said, bitch, you in danger, girl. And I said, oh, okay. So I, made some changes and here I am.
Plot twists. I love it.
Yeah.
A lot has happened.
A a lot. I was thinking about what I was doing this time last year, which was running a full ass company.
Wow. Oh
That's
my god.
true.
That's crazy to me, Coco, that was a year ago.
That was
That's
a year
like
ago.
3 trillion years ago.
Yeah, I finished. Yeah, shout out to Bad Dog, forever Bad Dog. Or as I like to say, a bad bitch.
New theater. It's a new theater name.
But
New theater.
yeah, I stopped working there March 1st. So
Wow.
like,
That's crazy.
An entire sea change
yeah.
from then to now. Ben, what do you think you were doing on December 11th at 1:06 p.m.?
Oh Lord.
Oh my god. Already I'm shaking. I'm nervous to admit probably. What was I doing? Actually, I know what I did. I think I might have seen The Souvenir Part 2
Ooh.
and think no, that was later on in the year. What was I doing?
Because that would have
Honestly,
been
I
May
think
107 p.m.
the sad answer is I think it was nothing. I think I was doing
Okay.
nothing. I genuinely think that's what it had to have been.
I was in LA. I was in
See,
LA.
that's
Well, that's something.
that's the opposite of
immediately
doing nothing.
upstaging. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was in LA plotting my exits.
No, don't go to LA.
No. I meant like to have quit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I love how you've fully been in Toronto a year since you've been to LA, and I'm still like, Coco, don't go. Don't go there.
I know. I've actually seen you in person.
Multiple
Like, no,
times.
don't move.
Don't move.
But now that you said that, I think it's happening.
Well,
Oh.
who knows? Because truly, I was not doing anything a year ago today, and I've done stuff since. So I'm like, imagine where I'll be this time next year.
Yeah.
Something to look forward to.
Yes.
Absolutely. What? Okay. I have gathered you all here because I consider you cultural experts, but I think we're already starting to get into it a little bit. But I want to know a bit more about your background. So I have a question for each of you. What is the most cultured thing you think you've ever done?
Ever?
Just to let
Ever.
people know in the audience to justify your expertise. Because I know.
You
know
know.
about us?
You know about us?
I know about y'all. Well-traveled, going to
Yes.
LA.
Yes.
You went to Montreal.
Yes.
That's cultured.
That's culture.
You mean this year or just in general?
Ever.
Ever.
Oh, that's
Let people
hard.
know.
That's really hard.
That's hard.
Yeah, you're
I've done a
expert.
lot of cool shit. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
not sorry. I've done. Oh man.
That's hard.
I honestly don't. You know what? I'm gonna put this. I don't know if this is the most culture thing I've ever done, but this was one of the top moments for me. Is I went. So a lot of people know about the Met Gala, but they don't know about the exhibit itself. So the gala opens the exhibit,
Yeah.
and then the exhibit is open for like a couple months or whatever. And one year, so Daphne and I, my improv partner, and I used to go to DCM every year in June. And one year I was like, I can't take it anymore. Why are we here and we're not going? So I dragged her to the Comme des Garçons exhibit for Ray. Oh, I can never say her last name, but for this Japanese designer. And then what happened was the woman was born at the same time as my mom and stuff. And my mom is like a fashion person, seamstress. Like she taught me a lot about style and stuff. And I was like, this woman has a very parallel, like this could have been my mom. So in August, I bought tickets for her birthday and flew back to New York and brought her to that exhibit. And she still, my mom is not a picture taking person, but she still has pictures on, like that's her Instagram profile picture.
Aww.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
Comme des Garçons. Fashion is in the blood.
Fashion's in the blood.
Wakakubo.
That's so nice.
Yeah, that's a designer's name. It's like I think, yeah, she's like in her 70s and stuff. And it was just, it was just a really amazing exhibit.
Yeah.
Like really amazing to see the reasoning behind why she like they're art pieces. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. But if you watch Devil's Prada, you know,
Required
We understand.
for all
We
those.
understand. We're right here with you.
That blue is not just blue.
Yes.
It's
It's not chartreuse. It's not cerulean. It's not even lapis. Okay.
When Meryl breaks down how
Mhm.
high fashion eventually propagates down into Reitman's, required viewing. Must
Required.
see. That is educational, people. I
That
know
really is educational.
that is
yeah. So
huge.
when you go see an exhibit from someone who sees fashion in such a high art form, and then you can see how it's trickled down to us,
Mhm.
right? To us, regular,
Yes.
degular.
Oh no, we are not
To us, Meghan Markles.
everyday girl. Meghan
Every
Markle,
day.
Just your everyday girl.
famously everyday girl. Okay, Ben, most cultured moment. all
Wow.
time.
My answer is definitely worse than that.
Maybe I should
Never.
never.
But my most cultured moment was when I was in grade 9. So remember Degrassi, The Next Generation did movies, like they did some
Mhm.
spin-off movies, including all the characters and some characters from before. We're kind of checking in on them years later. And I saw the premiere of Degrassi Goes Hollywood, which is a Degrassi movie where like I forget what circumstances lead all these Degrassi characters to go to LA, but a lot of them have to go there. Like a lot of them go to LA together. And then a lot of the ex students are in LA also. And then they're kind of mixing and matching. Characters are running into the beach crying. You know what I mean? Like there's
Yes.
drama, there's
Classic
stakes,
Degrassi.
classic Degrassi. And what was so special is I forget why, I think they must have just, people would just give out tickets sometimes on the street. And the premiere was happening in the parking lot of the Much Music building. And it was outside because it was summer. And it was very special. It was kind of like a summer. I remember this movie was coming out pre-fall. And normally Degrassi would return in the fall, kind of like school. And they were like, this is a special summer treat. Like you're getting a little movie. And the whole cast was there. And everyone was there. Spinner was there. Paige was there. And then the best part is they also showed a little preview for the newest season, and then some of the new cast who we hadn't even seen yet, they were there too. And then so it was very insider, there for free, me and my friends running around, and I wore an American Apparel bow tie to the thing. So
Yes, you did.
yes, I did. And that automatically infers kind of notoriety, fame. Like people are kind of watching me like, why is he wearing a bow tie? You know what I mean? He must have something to do with all of this.
You got to dress the part.
You got to dress the part. And
Dress the part.
Coco, you'll love this. I was walking across the street, the premiere had ended, and then a random girl, like another teen, someone my age, reached across, and both our groups were walking, and she was like, "Oh my god, like, are you gonna be on the new season of Degrassi?"
Yes.
And as I was kind of walking away, I was like, "Yeah," and then kept walking. I was like, "Absolutely."
Yes, you did.
And she must have been probably angry when the show finally aired, and she was like, "Where's that bow tie gay? He's not on the show." But that's my culture.
Oh
That's
my
my most
God.
cultured moment. Hands down. Easy.
Where's
I think that needs to be your album title.
Yeah,
Bow tie gay.
Bow tie. Yeah.
it's like a new Bechtel test.
Yeah.
That is
Bow tie gay. That needs
Bow
to
tie
be your
gay.
by Ben Sosa Wright.
By Ben Sosa Wright. I need to start wearing more bow ties. Ben bow tie.
Ben
your
bow
new-
tie
Oh,
gay.
see, this will be on my tombstone now. And I've done so much work to separate myself from that narrative, from being a bow tie gay, but it always comes back full circle.
It does.
It does.
Just own it. It's like
Yeah.
saying I'm not a black woman who talks with my hands. I just am.
Yeah.
Like-
okay, because I think we all talk with our hands here. Could you? And my friends and I have tried this, like hanging out. Try to tell a story, like tell us about your workday without using your hands.
No.
It really is hard. It
Do
truly
it.
is.
I want to see one sentence from each of you. No hands allowed.
Oh god. I mean, I think it's easier in Zoom because I can they're
You're
off.
just
They're right
listening.
under the table, and
But we can
I literally was doing this, clasping them. I was putting them in a prison.
Okay, but it has to be like a like an interesting sentence.
Yeah.
Like it can't just be like I went
Okay.
to the mall. But even that, I'm like, I went to the
I
mall.
know.
Give me your top 3 movies of 2022, Coco, as
Movies?
we define our culture, and
Ooh.
let's see how handless
Yeah.
you give us the movies.
Okay, so I'm gonna start. This is very hard.
I
Okay,
can
this is
feel
very
the
hard.
tension here.
I'm gonna start by
There's a thing. There's fully a finger. The finger, even
Yeah.
when
And the finger was camera hungry. Like the finger was creeping out to focus.
I'm gonna start by
Yeah,
saying
talk as you will.
for sure.
Yeah.
You know what? If I can't use my hand, I'm gonna use my neck. Okay.
That's like punctuation.
For sure, for me, top is Black Panther. Wakanda Forever. You know, because rooting for everything black always.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch a lot of movies this year.
And we need to get into this because part of this is a little preemptive, but we gotta say, I don't know how you're gonna feel, Ben, because I consider you the cinematic expert of modern day.
Please.
But film in 2022 was giving me sadness. I don't want to say flop, but
What came out this year? Well, there's also Nope, but I didn't get to see Nope. But I'll still put it in my top
Nope
three.
is good. Nope is really good.
So we'll say Black Panther, Nope.
Which I need to watch.
Do a TV show. Because TV
TV's movie at this point.
TV's movie.
TV show? Like a TV show that came out this year that I'm like, ooh, I'm about that.
Because I felt like,
Oh, you know what? Abbott Elementary. Like it didn't come out this
yeah.
year, but Abbott
Seasons.
Elementary is so good.
It's the best.
Absolutely.
It's the best.
It's so good. I have a bad habit of rewatching stuff. I comfort watch because of anxiety.
That's such a good comfort watch, though. Anything workplace is such a good comfort watch.
Yeah.
'Cause you're
Yeah,
like,
but I have
"Oh, yeah."
anxiety because of the Gregory and Janine. Are we still not using hands?
No, we can use hands now.
Okay.
It's too hard. We
I
can't be
consider
ourselves.
clasp.
Yeah.
I naturally clasp, though. I'm a clasper.
Yeah, you do claps. You go like this.
You do.
Yeah, like of the Janine Gregory
Mm,
tension,
yeah.
like the will they won't they. So good.
Oh, I see. For me, it's the working with kids part can be. That's the triggering part for me.
Right.
Because kids are really crazy.
Yeah, they are.
But
the
that show
kids
more
are good, though. They make the kids good.
they make the kids good, but that show more than any other show that I've ever seen really encapsulates what it means to like work with children and like
Yeah.
I don't know, the camaraderie that builds. Like any other show that takes place at a school, I'm like, this is TV. But this I'm like, oh, they have people in that writer's room who like know. I'm like, doing
Yeah,
that probably.
who know what's up.
Yeah, totally. I love that show.
Yeah.
Wow. What else do you love? Give us your top 3 movies of
Oh,
2022.
And when Ajahnis asked me to name a top 3, I was paralyzed with shock. Like I couldn't do it. But I ended up coming up with a top 3 that's kind of fun. But there are lots of movies, because here's the thing, the movie calendar kind of starts a bit too early, you know what I mean? Because there are movies that I saw early 2022 and I'm like, oh, what, right, those still count. So that's why my first movie that I'm going to name is the J-Lo rom-com Marry Me.
That's so
Ooh, was it good?
No. It was so bad, but bad in a way that like I missed so much.
This is a hidden genre that has disappeared from.
And
J-Lo romantic comedy very specifically is a hidden genre.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Exactly.
But also like
that and bad movies that are so bad that they're good.
Well, I feel like for a long time rom-coms got a really bad reputation in the culture. And they're like, oh, like if you like rom-coms, you're dumb. You know what I mean? Rom-coms are bad, which like I don't think ever was the case. But then people tried to make like rom-coms that didn't feel like, you know, we call it the Judd Apatow effect. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Rom-coms that are like, are they
art-coms.
dramedy? Like, are they art house? You know, we don't
Yeah.
know. But Marry Me was just trying. We're like, no, we're gonna give you a bad movie, and you're gonna love it. And we did. And the music was ridiculous.
Like Showgirls.
It's totally in the Showgirls world. It's ridiculous. I mean, J-Lo, like, so she proposes, or there's a big proposal, and she gets left at the altar at the beginning of the movie or something.
And then she proposes to Owen Wilson.
Yes, exactly. But it's so what happens is I think they did the show in front of like 10,000 people or something, and through the whole movie they keep on being like, well, like that happened in front of 10,000 people, and it's like, that's actually not a lot of people. You know what I
No,
mean?
not in the 8 billion
No,
population we
if they
have.
were saying like millions of people, I'd be like, yeah, like that's crazy. So already in that movie, it leads me to believe that something happened in that world where like the population shrunk drastically. You know what I mean? So already we're dealing with like layers of sci-fi that they're not even pushing to the forefront of that movie. So that movie's doing a lot.
But you know what's funny is like people. Well, in the movie, J-Lo is a performer as well.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
But
Yeah.
it's really interesting, like how regular people get really afraid of speaking in front of people. Like,
Yeah.
I was talking about the shows at Second City, and someone was like, "Yeah, how many
That's
people
funny.
do you perform to?" I was like, "Oh, like 165," and I said it like that.
Yeah.
They're like,
Oh.
165. I
Yeah.
can't even do a boardroom for 10 people, and I was like, 10 people? That's a conversation. What are we
Yeah.
talking about?
10 people. I'm like,
the comedy bar. That's like a conversation.
No, I think there's something. I think the fewer people there is, the more scary it gets. Like,
totally.
To imagine performing for one person, that's a job. That's
That's a
more
striptease.
of a job.
no,
Well,
okay.
yeah, it is.
I think
I feel
people
like-
also people get really hung up with the strangers aspect where like people don't understand like I would rather perform in front of a room full of strangers than my
The less
friends.
you know, the better.
Yeah.
The less you know, the better.
Totally.
Absolutely. I will say real quickly before we move on, the most maybe homosexual thing I've seen you do is decide to pick "Marry Me" over both Bros and Fire Island this year. It's very gay, man.
You know, Fire Island is that's going to be in my top 10 of the year for sure. I thought Fire Island was really fun.
Top 3.
But my top 3, Marry Me, and then we're going to have to say Eternal Daughter. I saw it last night. So the recency bias is high. It's the third movie in the Johanna Hogg trilogy, the Souveniriverse.
Yes.
Loved it. And then what was my third? Let's say Tar. Oh, it was Broker. Broker was amazing. Koreeda, the amazing Japanese director. The last film he directed was Shoplifters. It was nominated for like Best Foreign Feature at the Oscars. This is his next bid, as they say in the industry. But Broker's amazing. It's a story about chosen family. The performances are so striking. Like that movie had me sobbing. It's just any movie with like a cute, plucky kid who like joins a group of adults on an adventure. Like that's heroin to me. It's so adorable. And it's also funny. It's funny. It sounds heavy, but it's funny.
Oh, his work is fantastic.
Yeah.
So overall, I think art house movies, we're trying to do the work in a world that's kind of dominated by blockbusters. And the blockbusters, I think that's where movies, I feel like, aren't quite hitting the same way that they used to be. Though we had
for Black Panther, it's hitting.
Except for major exception, I feel.
Yeah.
So that's movies. We're gonna blaze through music and moments, and then we're going to rate 2022 out of 10.
I mean, I think we all know what the music moment was. Renaissance.
Well,
Renaissance.
Oh,
My
truly.
top 3 is Renaissance, Moto Mami, which is Rosalia, she's fantastic.
Yes.
And Sudan Archives put out an album. We'll get into it. Oh,
I don't Coco and I's heads was the exact same thing.
yeah, we had a million hours to talk about it. Well, real quick, just fire off your top 3 albums of the year.
Renaissance. I am picking by random here because I listen to a playlist over and over. Renaissance.
That's honestly enough. It was the genre defining.
It was. I don't even remember what I was listening to before Renaissance. That's what's happening to me. I'm gonna have to check my iTunes playlist. Although SZA did drop an album yesterday, and I do like it very much.
When I gave Ajahnis my answer, I hadn't listened to the new SZA album yet. But guess what? I've been listening to all day.
Yeah. See.
And it's kind of really blowing my mind. But I don't know if I could put that in my top yet. But in my top, we're gonna say the new Sharon Van Etten album. I just love her so much.
Very good.
We're gonna say, Oxy Music by Alex Cameron. That's just the album I listened to the most throughout the year. And then the new Sky Ferreira single, which is not an album, but definitely honorable Renaissance, Pure Honey. That song got me through. That song got me out of bed. Period.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna add Traumazine to it.
Absolutely.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Very good. Very.
Oh,
very
you know what? Yeah. Yeah, that song also got me out of bed. Her was like my second most played song of the year. Actually,
One of her
Because
best.
it's such a good pump up song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like before a gig or something, and I'm feeling like, oh, will I be funny tonight? Megan is like, yes, you will.
Yes, you will.
Yes, you will.
Yes, you will.
right.
And
Yes,
you
you will.
you will have anxiety, but yes, you will.
You will have anxiety, and that'll never change. And the depression you'll feel after the adrenaline spike of comedy, that'll come.
That'll come, but
You'll
yes,
still
you
be
will.
hurt, but yes, you will.
And Megan talks about all of those feelings in her album.
Yes.
Last thing, we're going to go through our top 3 moments, and then we are going to rate 2022 out of 10. My top 3 moments will have to be the Will Smith slap, because
Oh my
I'm
God, that was such a good
firmly
moment.
pro
Yeah,
slap. I'm
that was
firmly
really
pro
good.
slap. I think it
Yeah.
couldn't have happened by and to a better person. It was a dry Oscars event.
Very dry.
Talking about
Yeah.
nothing exactly.
And we were at a show.
You were at a show
Yeah.
and it affected it.
Yeah.
It changed other shows that were happening.
Yeah.
Truly impactful.
Mhm.
Slap that was felt across the world. Elon Musk buying Twitter just because massive, like inescapable.
He's so
moment.
messy.
So messy.
On Maine, disgusting.
He's
I
gay.
will say that
Absolutely.
the Will Smith slap brought out white people really got in their feelings.
Yeah.
And Black folks who've been modeling themselves in whiteness really got in their feelings. I said what I said.
It opened up that discourse that we had bottled up, because we all know it's there. We all know how we feel about respectability politics, and we don't talk about it enough. And that's part of respectability politics. But I wish we had. Oh,
we don't have enough time.
Podcast.
My top moment.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm stealing yours. My top moment is Brittany Griner coming home.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh my God, yeah.
Important.
Important. Also hot.
Very.
Oh, the couple.
I know.
I know
Yeah.
that like why she cut her hair, but goddamn,
Yeah.
like
Damn.
it's not a great reason, but
Oh my God. Is it time for my top?
yeah.
Your top moment.
Ooh, my top moment. Okay, well, the Queen dying.
Yes.
Good riddance.
Big.
And Charles going,
That was really big. And honestly, that, I don't know, I feel like it was really fun to see. And I'm not even saying this in like a morbid, like I'm being silly. It was truly fun to see like lots of communities celebrate that. I don't know. It really did. Like Twitter, like my Twitter was a place of joy. I mean, I don't know, that it was special.
If
I
I could
might have to add Meghan Markle's outfit as one of my top moments
Ooh.
at the funeral. That hat to the side with a single tear. I was like,
Oh,
damn.
she's so gorgeous.
She is.
Really.
What was Leah Michelle kind of coming back to the zeitgeist. That was delicious for me because
so much to say about
there's
it.
so much to say, and the Glee culture of it all. And the thing is, what people don't realize is because Leah Michelle's going up right now, it's doomed to come down.
Ooh.
And that's all I'm gonna say. And I don't know what that entails, but I really do think
I think we know the curse of Glee. We know
there's a curse.
I'm putting all the best goodwill out there too.
Of course.
But there is a pattern.
There's a pattern.
Follow
And I guess. Oh, and my third moment of culture. I put the hyphen back in my 2 last names officially.
Nice.
And congratulations.
We stand.
Thank you.
We love a hyphenated moment. Those are the critical moments, music and movies of 2022. Now, how do we finally rate 2022 out of 10? I'm going to give it a hard 6.5. Sorry, 2022. Very good to be personally. But I felt that we had some high highs, but a lot of middle ground that just didn't cut it.
Yeah.
It's the winter, spring that we can have more events there. Maybe it was the whole Ukraine of it all, taking the wind out of everybody's sails.
Yeah, the whole poutine of it all.
The whole poutine and
W.
that drained us maybe. And I think cinema is in a weird place right now.
It is in a weird place, yeah.
It is.
We will get into it, but I'll take your ratings out of 10 and then we will close the show, starting with Coco.
I'm going to give it 7.6.
6.
Ooh.
7.
I like that. 7.6.
Yeah. No justification.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's really solid.
If they were listening to the podcast, they already know. Ben,
Yeah.
you're not.
Honestly, 7.1.
Wow.
7.1 because 7. I was feeling for. I was leaning towards 7 out of 10, but there was some stuff personally for me that went well, and I was like, you know what? Maybe this was a good year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that crazy to
I think
say?
Brittany coming home just really raised it a bit.
Saved it.
And that also, we're riding that high right now. Too,
Yeah.
'cause it just happened.
So you heard it here first. 2022, approximately a solid 7 of a year, which honestly is pretty good considering
It's
what we
pretty
Yeah.
good. Although in an Asian family, fail.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Bees do not get degrees. Not,
No.
not in this university. No. Thank you so much, Ben and Coco, for joining me on this panel. You can follow both of them at the ticker that's scrolling below, and you can also follow me too. If you have any more questions about 2022, feel free to, I'll say, message any of us, and we are educators.
Yeah.
We are. And we are educated. So
Yes.
You're all educated. So thank you so much, the both of you. Thank you for watching, listening, and loving this conversation, because I know you did. And see you next year when we review 2023.
Ooh,
Bye.
scary.
This podcast has been brought to you by the Sonar Network.
Sonar!